Ladies and gents, in this video, I want to share with you the whole sales process you can actually use to sell high ticket for your info or consulting offer. And I will share everything with you. I will share the sales process. I will share how to create a sales team to run it for you. And in the first steps, I will share with you exactly why you need the sales process in the first place. And this video will be aimed at you, especially if you're a content creator. You help people with a make money skill, for example, trading, e-com, AI agency, whatever it is. Yet you only sell either a low ticket community, a school, for example, or a Discord group, or you have some low ticket courses, anything that is less than $3,000 upfront. And one of the reasons you may have opted for such an offer instead of a high ticket one is because you know that with the high ticket offer, you need a sales process, yet you don't want to do it, or you don't know how you can do it because you don't consider yourself to be a salesperson. Well, let me share with you everything in the video. Who am I? Why should you listen to the video? I'm in no way a natural born salesperson, and this is exactly why you should listen to the video, because over the past 4 years, I've learned sales by myself, by buying mentorship, coaching courses, by doing hundreds of sales calls, and I've closed for multiple six figures in sales by myself only. And whereas it's not some kind of crazy sales resume, let me just tell you this. This was more than enough for me to scale 2 agencies, and I've helped my clients, consulting companies, info companies, to scale and grow thanks to my sales expertise, building and managing sales processes and sales teams for them. This is exactly why I think you should listen, because I will share with you exactly how you can do it starting from scratch. And let's get started. So you may be listening to this video and you may have defaulted to a low ticket or mid ticket offer simply because you don't want to have any kind of complexity or sales process, because you don't want to manage people, or you simply don't think that this is for you. Well, let me tell you this. If you don't know that you can have a high ticket offer in the first place, I invite you to watch another of my videos because I share well more on that matter specifically. Now, I want you to be aligned on that. You need a high ticket offer. So now, how can you actually do it? How can you build the process? And then how can you actually create a process that works without you? You don't want to do the sales calls. You don't want to send DMs to book calls with people. You can have a team that does this for you, fully performance based. That's where you focus on the content and being the true CEO of the business. This is exactly what we are going to get into here. Why can't we just charge high ticket and send people to a landing page? Well, you see, when people buy high tickets, they usually have some kind of objections, or at least some kind of questions. They want to feel that you are taking their hand and you are, taking them to the next step of the process. So from the content, you are taking them to the DMs, for example. You are taking them then to a sales call. And from the sales call, you or the person handling the sales call is taking them to your mentorship, to your coaching, to your high ticket offer. And at any point in time, they are guided through and to the next offer. And there is no room for doubt. Because you see, no one will pay multiple 4 or 5 figures on a random Sunday evening, taking a look at the landing page that you have and just putting the credit card in. This won't happen. So this is why you need a sales process, and it will simply help you convert way more people. So now that we understand that this is useful, here is the actual sales process. Boom, here. The sales process, it's pretty resumed, okay? It's a summary of it, but I want you to stick by the idea here, which is that you have your social media here. Usually it's IG and YouTube, and then you redirect people to some sort of landing page. It can be a form as well, but you redirect them somewhere where they can check the offer, you can qualify them, and then they can book a call with you. The only difference between these two social media here is that some people on IG, they will DM you. You can have some call to actions to get them to DM you. You can send them some lead magnets, for example, and then you get these people in the DMs. And this is where you want to talk with them to first get the discussion going, pre-qualify them, and then send them, push more people than the number of people that will do it by themselves to a landing page here. This is why you want to have this DM component here. Then again, you qualify them and you send them to a call. Now, you only send qualified people to the sales call. You don't want to be wasting your time with people that are unqualified and that will never buy in the first place. How can you do so? You can ask a specific set of questions. One question can be, for example, how they'd be ready to invest to solve X problem or to reach X outcome you're able to provide them with. And if they say that they only have a few $100, well, you can simply redirect them to the current school or this paid Discord group that you have right now. Okay, and this is a downsell, and this is how this is still useful. This is how the base that you have right now, well, you're still keeping it and you can still leverage it, because then in this group, you can help them with more value, you keep them close to you, and you can nurture them over time to eventually then get them into a sales call again and sell them onto the high ticket offer. Now, once they book, okay, some will fill the form and will book directly, others will not even book directly. They go to a backend CRM, they receive some email, IG, messages like iMessage sequences, WhatsApp in some instances, and then you want to have a setter that is chatting with them, basically. The same principle as here, but just that now they are qualified, you have more information on them. You want to have someone, it can be you at the beginning, that redirects them to book a call with you, because you will not have 100% of the people that are qualified here that will book a call here. And it's not a bad thing to do all of these things, because these people, they have a need, you can help them, yet they haven't made the commitment of jumping in a call with you and pushing them, right? I don't want you to be super salesy, super pushy, but having a discussion with them, having a conversation, gently pushing them to a sales call. This is high leverage for your business, because you will recover more customers that way that the strict number of people that are booking from here to here. So now, once that they've booked a call, you want to follow a simple pre-call sequence. Okay, so share with them some case studies, share with them some value, the mechanism, the case studies again, what you are able to help them with, how you are able to help them, and so on and so on. And I haven't added here, but you can have, and I will share with you what is a setter exactly. If you have a setter, you can even have a setter between here and here to have a chat with them on WhatsApp, on iMessage, for example. You can have someone to warm them further, send them more resources, have this human connection that will warm them enough to here be fully ready to make a commitment, to choose that they will either work with you or not. This is what you want. You don't want second calls. You don't want, I will think about it. You don't want all these objections. You want people to be ready for a yes or no. And same principle. Around 30% is a great close rate. If you're closing at 70, 80%, you most likely need to raise your price, and the people that you are not closing, part of them, you will be able to downsell them again to the low ticket community. And why is that great? Because you capture as much value as possible at any point in time in this funnel, and now they are in your community. So you can nurture them over time. You can, get them to give them even more value and get them to engage with you. And so then later on, again, you, like this, redirect them to a call with you directly. Plus, you know that they are qualified because they passed the form here, so you can get to learn even more about them. Last thing is for the people that will not buy from you, you can simply add them to the CRM and again, send them some value over time, nurture them gently again, and get the setter, for example, to talk with them, even though this is not the highest priority in the business. Now, last thing, how can you actually build such a system without having to chat with them in the DMs, without having to, follow up on them and chat with them before they book a call, or chat with them after they book a call and actually having to do the sales call yourself? Well, you can create a sales team. This is very easy. There are two components to the sales team, the closing component and the setting component. The first one is the setting component, where you want to have someone that is actively talking with them, having a conversation, maybe picking up the phone, calling them, setting and booking the calls for you. You want to have such a person that you will again build the sales team on a performance based, and you will have this person take 5% of what you close thanks to them. Meaning that, let's say you have a setter that is taking someone from your IG DMs to booking a call with you, and then the call end up closing at $10,000 upfront. Well, they take 5%, which is $500 from this, okay? And for the closer, this is the exact same principle, except that we are at 10% here. You have a closer that will be here, a professional person that will be taking the calls, that will be handling the objections, and so on until they close deals for you. And you give them 10%. So basically you give 50% out of this. So same principle, if you close at 10,000 upfront, they take in some way 1,500 from it. Now, how can you find such people? There are some communities. You can run ads to find these people. You can come to me. Okay, I will find them for you. But what is important here is that you want to vet them. You don't want to just take your cousin that has closed one deal in his life for $500. You want to vet these people. And first, the closing rate is not necessarily the best indicator. You want to know how much these people have closed over the career, but most importantly, you want to see how they are acting. You don't want to have someone that is super pushy, that push every single person in the call to buy whatever you can sell to them. And because then what will happen is that you will have a chargeback rate that will be high. People will want some refunds and so on and so on. It will be a pain in the ass to deal with that. So you want to have people that are aligned with your brand and with your way of actually doing things. And if you have this with people that close 6-7 figures from closing, this is your guy and you want to start with them. And then your job is the same. You create the content, you manage the team, you are the true CEO of the business, but at no point in time, you have to actually go in the DMs, talk to people, and then go in sales calls and so on and so on and so on. So now what do you have to do based on this video? A few steps. First, commit to a high ticket, okay? And then to commit to a high ticket, you need to have some kind of sales process. You can simply screenshot this here and you have basically everything you need to have a great sales process that is working. So screenshot this and implement that. Then if you don't want to do it yourself, you can simply recruit one closer and one setter and more as you grow. And then you get them to close this for you and you pay them on a performance base, 10 and 5% each. And the last step is that if you want that built for you, because you need to manage these people, you need to build the processes, you need to build the system here. You need to tell them what to send, how you do it. Sales is the same. You need to guide them. Even though they have experience, you need to guide them. Well, if you want the whole process built for you, whether you have a high ticket offer right now and you want to scale it, or you don't even have a high ticket offer and you want us to build it for you, well, you can book a call in the description here and I will walk you through the exact process, how we can build that together if that's a fit, and how we can scale you and add at least $50,000 to your monthly revenue before the end of the year. Okay, see you soon.